What a home debut. I mean, you come into a game like this, right?
Yeah, I mean, got a good taste of the atmosphere and the little rivalry we got going here with Chicago pretty quick. So, yeah, good first home game to be a part of for sure.
How you liking Grand Rapids so far?
I mean, it's great. I've only been here a few days since we were on the road for so long, but yeah, it seems like a great city, and I want to get involved with the culture, so I'm looking forward to it.
This is what, your fourth team that you play for this year?
Fifth, actually. Yeah.
Think you can stay put this time?
Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully they don't make a loophole to trade me again.
Right.
No, I'm hoping.
So overall, how do you think you guys did tonight?
It was good. I mean, great start. Came out firing. That's what we talked about early on, and obviously we knew they were going to have some pushback. They're a good team. They're fighting for that first spot. So, I mean, obviously character win, come back there. It's nice.
At the end of the season, you look at this game, score the tie with 8 seconds to go and end up winning it in overtime. Do you think you guys will view this as one of the biggest wins of the season?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's up there. I mean, I haven't been around for the other wins, but this one down the stretch against a rival that's chasing us, it's got to be a pretty huge point that we got there, and hopefully we can do the same job tomorrow.
Now, coming from Springfield, a team who has a under 500 record, and then you come to a team who's in the race for a division title, I mean, you got to like that switch at least.
Yeah, that was obviously you never expect to get traded, and it's a different experience getting traded, uprooting everything, but I was thrilled to find out that the Griffins were in a playoff hunt and looking to make a run, and they made it clear to me that they want me a part of this ride, so couldn't be happier.
Getting your chemistry down with your teammates pretty well?
Yeah, it's coming. It was honestly a good thing I met them on the road. I got to bond with them, got to do a lot of meals out with the boys, and yeah, it seems like a really tight-knit group, and I'm just looking to compliment everyone.
Being paired up with Dan Reno, I mean, it seems like a good pairing, at least what I see, because it seems like you two are actually you have similar playing styles.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great young player. He skates very well and has good offensive instincts, and I just try to complement him as best as I can, trying to get the puck to him because he's a pretty good puck mover too. So, yeah, I like our chemistry so far, and hopefully keep it up.
In the first period, were you wearing a new pair of gloves because those fell off pretty quickly?
Yeah, it was a little squirrely. His first home debut, a little excited, but yeah, it's too bad I got the penalty. But I mean, the guys. They were all appreciative of it, and they know what I was standing up for, so it's all good.
You're a playoff performer, and tonight kind of had a playoff atmosphere, so you had to like this game.
Yeah, it was a fun game, obviously. They're catching us, and it's really tight right now in the standings, and we grinded out a win there.
How do you, we were talking to Dylan, home debut, how do you think he played?
Played good. He's a good stay-at-home guy. Adds character to our dressing room, as you saw with him dropping the gloves, and just sticking up for guys. He's been a key guy since he's been here.
It seemed like you guys had it pretty well in hand after Ferk's goal, and then they come back and take the lead. I mean, what was the mood like on the bench after they took the lead? Yeah,
like I said, they're a good team. They're not in the top of the standings for no reason. They have a lot of offensive abilities, and they showed that coming back late in the third there, and we just stuck with it. We kept grinding, getting pucks in deep, play simple, and it worked out.
You mentioned how good of a team they were, but you guys are 7-2 against them this season. I mean, what do you think you guys are doing that's allowing you to have so much success against them?
We know we need to beat them when we play them. It's a division game. It's very important 2 points, and we've come to play against them. We're looking forward to maybe a playoff series against them.
You guys have them tomorrow again, another huge game. I mean, this win had to be huge, carrying some momentum going into tomorrow at least.
Yeah, back-to-backs are always hard, especially playing the same team, and to go into their building, and we just got to play the same way we did again tonight. Just play simple, get shots on net, and crush the net.
Seems like it's a little bit of a bummer for you guys because, I mean, you go on a long road trip and then you come home and you have to go back on the road right away. So, I mean, that's kind of a bummer, right?
Yeah, obviously it sucks. You want to get to sleep in your bed for a couple days and you're back on the road. But, that's our job. That's what we have to do. So, just, ice, cold tubs, just, get the right things in you.
First, can you take us through the game winner?
Oh, it feels good, obviously. the first goal that we win because tied it up. It was huge for us, and I think the overtime it's special lanes. Feels good.
Tonight, it seemed like a playoff type atmosphere with two teams playing for the division lead, and you guys come out on top. So that's got to give you guys a good outlook going forward.
Yeah, like you said, it's playoff hockey, and there's all about details. And I think we did a pretty good job on the plan game, and we just need to more shoot sometimes, and those goals go in, and good team, and we just have to play them tonight.
In the first period, when you guys were up 2-0, you guys were kind of dominating them. You were doing a lot better, and then they scored that goal to cut it to 2-1. How big was their goals? Cutting the lead in half.
It was big for them, but it was the same. Our team was the same. We stay calm, do our job, and play the game the right way. And it's just they score. Whatever happened, just play.
After they took the lead in the third period, was there still that same calmness on the bench?
Yeah, we knew that we have to bring it back, and we need a goal. So I think the guys need to just stay calm, as I said again, and we tied it up in Statcom, and we felt that atmosphere on the bench, and we felt it was good to tie it up this game again, and it's huge.
On first goal, did he tell you that he knew he was going to score on that one?
I actually felt that. As soon as he swing, I felt that he's going to go in. So glad for him to win and for us.
You got Chicago tomorrow. How big was this win to carry some momentum into tomorrow?
Yeah, it's huge. It's good that we bring 2 points, and hope to leading the stats out there. And but tomorrow's going to be a different game, and they're going to be different. And I think they're going to go. Tomorrow going to be a lot aggressive and a lot better. So I think we're just going to prepare as we usually do, and go out there and do our job.
You guys are 7-2 against Chicago this year, so that's got to give you guys a lot of confidence knowing that you've had such success over such a good team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the guys thinking about it we're 7-2 or something like that. We just every game is the same. We all go out there and just play. That's all.
So how big was this win?
It was probably the biggest game of the year, I'd say. The last two games we had to go to the well and try to tie up the game to force overtime. The same thing happened in Stockton, and you know what? We can't do that too often and put ourselves in that position. But it's good to know that our guys have confidence in themselves that we can tie up a game with your goalie pulled. But it was a great hockey game. It was back and forth, and both goaltenders had to make some big saves. It was a playoff-style game.
You guys are 7-2 this year against Chicago, so that's got to give you guys some confidence knowing that you have such a good record over such a good team.
Well, it gives us confidence, but I think as you saw tonight, they're a pretty darn good hockey team, and it's at the start of the year when both teams were trying to figure things out, and I thought our team got playing the right way maybe quicker than they did, and we caught them maybe a few times when they were trying to sort things out. But now they're playing really good hockey, and there's a reason why they're right on our tail. It's going to be a battle to the end of the season to see which teams in our division will finish first through fourth, because it's so tight. And every game we've had against Chicago, with the exception of maybe a couple games that happen over the course of the year where there's blowouts, they've always been really tight, and Chicago's a dangerous team, and you saw that tonight.
Now, if someone were to look at the stat sheet, they wouldn't think that Jared performed that great, but looking at the game and actually watching it, it seemed like he played great, and he saved the game a few times for you guys.
He made some big saves, as well as their guy did, and when you play against a team like Chicago with their offensive weapons, you're going to give up chances, and you look at the first goal that Ratty scored, it was an NHL shot. It was barred down on the short side, and they have guys that can score goals, and like I said, they're explosive.
When Ferk scored his goal, I'm sure he told you he meant to score that goal, right? That he knew it was going to go in.
I don't know. I don't think he said that at all, but all I know is that if Martin Ferk gets over the blue line and he's not shooting the puck, he's not doing the right thing. in the second period, he got over the blue line just before one of the goals against. He came across and he tried to make a play, but it was a high-risk play, and I'd rather see him shoot the puck for obvious reasons. And we saw his shot tonight. It was a bomb, and used the defenseman as a screen, and if you don't see it coming off his stick, most goalies can't keep up with it.
Can you talk a little bit about Dylan McElrath and how he's played so far and the kind of talent he brings to this team?
Well, he's a different player than we have as a group. He was a piece that we were looking for. He adds size and strength on our defensive core. He's a guy that settles things down. There's been times this year where teams took liberties on us because we didn't have an answer to maybe stand up in those certain situations, but we got him here for that reason. To if there's any stuff going on, he can handle the toughness part of it, and he's a guy that's a very simple defenseman. I thought tonight he's starting to get more comfortable with our system, and I think he's getting more comfortable with the group and the style of play.
Now you pair him on the line with Dan Renouf. It seems like those two play a similar style, so is that why you paired them together?
Yeah, we're trying to find line combinations. Ever since Robbie Russo went up, we've been jockeying the defensive core around a bit. We've kept Hicketts and Page together, but then the other 4 or 5 guys, depending if we have Matt Cato in the lineup or not, they're all jumbled around. And so, as of right now, that pairing's been doing well for us. And they're 2 pretty strong guys, so if there's a situation on a penalty kill where we have to move bodies, they're called upon. So it's always evolving. Sometimes partners go stale, so you have to make sure you're on top of it and make the adjustments that you have to make when the time's needed.
You play these guys again tomorrow. Do you think this win, you think you can carry some momentum over into tomorrow?
I think both teams can. I think both teams can carry what they did. Obviously, we tied it up late, so we have momentum. But Chicago has the confidence knowing that they can score 4 goals in our building, and a building that we've been very strong all year. And so I think they have confidence knowing that they're right there with us, and it's going to be a dogfight. I expect tomorrow's game to be much of the same.
Now with the Red Wings seeming like they're not going to make the playoffs, teams in that situation have a tendency to bring some young players up to give them a chance. Have they spoken to you at all about player movement that could happen?
Yeah, we've talked about it, and it's a situation here. They have 3 more recalls, and they want to use them wisely. If they're bringing somebody up that they want to take a good look at, they'll burn ones. There's been situations here that we're going through where, Brian Lashoff, he was in Phoenix last night on emergency recall. Obviously, he didn't need to play, so he came back, got in at 6 this morning. So we're going to see situations like that. If their forwards get banged up, you're going to see emergency recall situations happen as well. So then plus they have the 3 recalls. So I think they're going to just look at who they want to see and just go from there.
Now on the flip side of that, do they tell you all of the players that may be sent down for the playoffs here?
Yeah, like Robbie Russo and Mitch Callahan are going to be the only 2 that are eligible to come down, and when their season's finished, if they're still up there, they'll be joining us for the playoffs.